Okay, sound hopefully is working. We've got another recap today. Had a good green day today. I traded gold again and one or two micros. Gold was mostly chopping around most of the day, but uh, if you buy a low point, it's a pretty safe bet lately. It's been trending lately, so longs are pretty good lately. I'm just only taking longs on gold and one or two micros. I would not play minis on gold for sure. There's so much risk in gold. Today was crazy. This 260 point range, one micro is $2,600. If you took a micro long off the very bottom and rode it all the way to the top at the end of the day, $2,600 in the range today. I mean, compared to NQ, that's just it's crazy. NQ is the one that everybody considers so crazy. This is $700 worth of potential on one micro, 7,000 on one mini. So, yeah, it's gold is very high potential for gain and loss, both, of course, gain and loss. But it's trending so well. I've had pretty good faith in it. I've just been buying dips, and I haven't been able to hold them very well. I keep getting stopped out. The trailing drawdown, especially as I'm building these accounts, I was working on these newer 50K accounts that I didn't have a big balance going on these accounts, and so as you're building the balance, for me, I don't like to have a big trade and then let it come back and have that trailing drawdown move up on me. I don't like doing that. I like to see a decent move and cut it when it's up at a high point and try to maintain a decent drawdown. I had some that I got stopped out as it pulled back, and I'd moved up my stop, but on a couple of them I just went ahead and closed it once I saw that it was hitting a good resistance point. We had some resistance in the morning here. We had this big drop. There's a big drop in gold randomly at like 7 in the morning. What was it, like 7:15 or something? Yeah, so that's 7:05, 7:10, somewhere in there. And big drop in gold, big volume. I saw the big volume, and I saw that they were immediately stepping back up, and I got back in down here. If I'd held that, that would have been a crazy good trade. I had a couple micros down here. I could have had a really nice trade if I'd been patient, but we had things to do. I knew I was leaving, so I wasn't trying to hold on to these all day. So yeah, I got a couple $100. I kept getting about, on two micros, I kept getting about like 20 to 30 points. And it would look like it was going to turn around again, and so I'd be getting out. So yeah, I got in down here, and then as it held again, I got in again and on a different account and made some more money, and I basically just kept buying the dips. I'd make some money and change to a different account. And this bottom one down here, this was the last one that I did at the end of the day, and actually sized up a bit more on that one. It was right up there pushing those highs at the end of the day, and it was so bullish, and sellers just weren't able to do anything going into that closing 1 o'clock time. And so yeah, I kind of sized up a bit. I think I took 8 micros on that one. I got sized up to 8 micros on that one, just because, like I said, I was just so confident that sellers just weren't getting any traction as we were pushing up here. So I didn't look for very many points, obviously, with the 8 micros. But I was happy once I saw about $400 on there. I was happy with that. I think that was only like 50 ticks or whatever, $5 of movement, $5 of gold price is like 50 ticks. By 8 contracts, it was about $400. I think it was about $400, and I just tried to close it out manually, and then the actual close P&L was like 382. It said 400 when I clicked it, but then when I actually see the P&L, it says 382. So that's the way it goes. If you use the close, you're doing a market. When you hit the close button, you're doing a market order, so you don't know what you're going to get. And especially at the end of the day, you can get some pretty bad slip on those. So almost 400 on that one trade, and that brought me up over 3,000. I had just on the previous trade before this, I'd made about 300 bucks and got this guy above the trailing drawdown. I'd stopped the trailing drawdown with the 2,700. It was at like 2,400. I got like 300 bucks, and then I was at 2,700, and then today I got another 370. So now it's up over 3,000. So as I get these guys up over the trailing drawdown buffer area, 2,600, as you get up over the 2,600, I start to be a little bit more patient and a little bit more, let me look for see if I can hold it all day kind of trade. Still only like 1 or 2 micros, but try to have the pretty big stop, pretty patient, wait all day, big picture kind of trade. But yeah, I've been holding off on these guys a little bit because things are pretty volatile, and just seeing if I can build my lower ones. And if Apex has that 90% sale still for a little while and I blow one of these, I'll probably take another eval, take on another 90% eval, see if I could pass that. I've been doing pretty good on passing evals within about a week. I passed a few of them in a couple days. It just depends. I don't try to do it on any amount of time. These days I know to just take what the market gives me. I'm not trying to be too greedy or wait too long, overstay my welcome, anything like that. So yeah, I've been doing pretty good on the evals. I'm pretty confident if I blow up one of these PAs, I can replace it pretty quick with the evals. I've been doing pretty good with that. So gonna keep pushing these newer PAs, gonna keep pushing a little bit, being a little bit aggressive on those. 2 to 4 micros, as I try to grow these, sticking to 1 and 2 micros as I try to grow these guys with the bigger trades, bigger stop, bigger trades. And keep working on my patience, because I had some killer trades if I'd had some patience from this morning. I got in yesterday afternoon, I had a good one that I should have been patient on, and this morning I had a good one I should have been patient on. But like I said, with the volatility, I'm not trying to be too patient during these volatile times. I'm trying to just get a few hundred. If I can get a couple hundred, 200-300, and it looks like it's coming up into previous resistance, I'm going to go ahead and just take my gains and get out and look for another re-entry. So these all-time highs are crazy on gold. I remember people talking about 5,000 was so far away last year. I don't think we'll get to 5,000 anytime soon. I think it's going to pull back, and I don't think gold can keep going. I remember people saying that when gold was at 4,100, 4,200 when it first broke through 4,000. And it just ripped up through 4,000 over the last year. It wasn't even hardly the last year, really. It was only the last few months of the year that it ripped up through 4,000. So, yeah, anything is possible. We just broke 5,000 the other day. We're already at 54.50 almost. So, yeah, I mean, this thing could be at 6,000 by the end of the week, the way gold is doing. I'm not looking for a trade like that. I'm not looking to trade like that. I'm just hoping to keep seeing a steady trend, and I just keep looking for big volume spikes. When I see the big volume spikes and a decent bottom wick, if I see a big volume spike and a decent bottom wick, I'm usually trying to get long. It's not a guarantee, but it's pretty common. Buying the pullbacks on gold has been paying. Every time you get a decent pullback, if you bought that, you had a nice long right after that. So I'm not trade recommendations for anybody. I'm just explaining my strategy, what I've been looking for, and what I'm going to keep looking for. We're facing the open here pretty soon, and I'm going to look for, if it gaps down or if it gaps up, I'm going to look for a low point. Either way, I'm going to look for a low point to try and get long again. Maybe it'll pull back to that 5400 area. We've got some low volume. It kind of went pretty fast up to this 5400. We just kind of skipped over from 5378 here. We kind of just skipped over this doji candle indecision here as it kind of broke there, and then when this one took off here, this was just a rocket ship, little pause, rocket ship. So we've got these low volume here at this, what is that, about 90, right at 90, 5390, right in there. And then this low volume down here at this 77, 76. So yeah, this is definitely an area of interest for me in the overnight. If this thing pulls back into this 5380 and they start doing some mega volume and we see a wick, I'll be definitely looking to get long again at this 5400. So good luck to everybody, and play it safe out there. These markets are pretty crazy. Like I said, the micros have been keeping me alive. I don't recommend anybody trade minis on these things, especially this gold. Good luck to everybody.